Hello. This is definitely an impromptu stream. I don't know, what am I supposed to do? I have nothing better to do. I'm about to do some 3D modeling. I'm learning. I've not very well, but hey, what am I supposed to do about it, frankly? Alright, so I'll be listening to some music in the background. You will not be able to hear it, but I will. Oh, whoops. Didn't mean to do that. Yeah. Right. I can't hear music. Oh, there it is. If you're interested, I'm listening to what is this album? Where We've Been, Where We Go Home, or no, Where We've Been, Where We Go From Here by Freako. What is this? When was this released? 3 days ago. All right, already has hundreds of thousands of listens, so I have high expectations. Anyway, well, to be fair, Ian Pale he also had a lot of plays, but I don't know, maybe that's just he's a bit of a more popular artist, objectively speaking. Okay, anyway, so okay, right, that looks weird. That didn't look that weird when I was doing a lot, or maybe it did, and I was just too tired to realize. Okay, let's see if I can fix this. This is supposed to be fluff, but obviously kind of looks like um crumpled. I don't even know what to call that. I think I could fix this by just doing G and maybe pulling it out a little bit. I don't know. Oops, not that much. That kind of looks like shit. Maybe if I make it a little bit smaller. I think that might look a little. By the way, I am doing it individually, which is a stupid idea looking back at it now, but I was like, I want to make it unique, but at the same time, I could have just did it once, mirrored the sculpting, and then just kind of messed around with that to make it look different rather than doing one individually, because, oh, did one take like 30 minutes to do? I mean, it shouldn't have taken 30 minutes, but I was like, no, that doesn't look right, that doesn't look right. I ended up spending way too much time making this. But oh well. I guess I've learned not to do that anymore. Alright, so by the way, I know some things look really freaky and weird. Like these are not finished. Like obviously it looks a bit weird. Like it's not finished. Fine, it's not finished. I'm not very good at it. But it's going to. There's a lot of things I'm planning on to add. So the music is getting quite loud. Hopefully you can't hear it because I am wearing open back headphones. Okay, so let me just twist the microphone. Okay, that was a part of the song. I just heard a really weird, like, electrical noise. It's just part of the song. Weird. Anyway, hopefully the streaming isn't gonna affect my OBS or my Blender performance too much, though I feel like it will affect it to some extent. Because, streaming while trying to 3D model doesn't sound like the most fun thing for a computer to do. But I don't know, we'll see. Okay, so let's just do this quickly because I don't want to spend 30 minutes on this again. Uh, why did I spend 30 minutes on that? Doesn't even look that good. Doesn't even look that good. Well, we learn, right? You see, you learn, we learn. But I've committed to doing it now, so whatever. Let's actually finish this thing. This season of anime seems quite interesting, actually. It seems we've been like halfway through already. Over halfway through, frankly. That's some good stuff. I mean, obviously, freelance continuing, and that's continuing to be a hit, just like it has always been. To be fair, Frieren is incredible. I guess it's the best anime release in this season so far, or so far it is currently this season the best anime, even if it's continuing from the Why can't I lift things? Hold on. Okay, fine. Jesus. By the way, like the models that are on my stream, like the lizard guy, frankly, that wasn't made for this. Not even a little bit. It's just an old model that I made like months and months ago. And, you know, it was the first model I made actually. And I had it on my computer and I thought, well, I need kind of like a mascot or something to put there, right? And I didn't know what to choose. And then I found him in my like pictures folder. So I was like, you know what? It's good enough. So that's why he is in that anyway. I have made or attempted to make some more characters, but every time I give up at some point, I like. Okay. I have created some more characters or tried to, but the problem is every time I do, um, I just kind of give up. I will not give up. It's just that at some point I realize, oh, I did this very wrong. Continuing trying to model with it would be an absolute hell. Like, uh, there's this Bat Boy that I've modeled before, and like, I just, I just textured him wrong, and like, currently Blender struggles opening him up because it's such a mess. I don't know. Every time I try to like texture him correctly, for some reason, it just keeps reverting to an old texture I have of him. I have no idea why. So I don't know. I see if I can fix that. Also, I kind of changed my style since I made Pop Boy, so I need to retexture him anyway. My new style, I guess, like you don't know what it is. It's more so like simple anime stuff because I discovered how to do it from what was it? I think it was a YouTube video, and I was like, you know what, this makes models look better because it just simplifies them and makes details, which obviously would include errors, kind of fade away. So that's currently why I'm doing the very oversimplified style because it hides mistakes and errors. So yeah. I mean, I do think it generally looks good. I do think it's a little bit too oversimplified. So I do want to put some more detail into it. But at the same time, you know, I don't know how to actually do that because I could put in more detail in the textures, but then I'd have to somehow modify the way the shading works. But I don't know how to do that. I don't know. Like, actually, when I said before that lizard was my first model, it actually technically wasn't. Then my first model was a donut, because obviously it was a donut. I followed the donut tutorial, and after that, I just thought I'd try following other tutorials. I got really bored, so I just said, you know what, I'm just gonna go solo. And you know what, going solo is probably the right choice because I'm enjoying myself way more than following tutorials. Following tutorials is like how to make this, how to make that. I'm like, I don't want to make what you're trying to make. I want to make inanimate object or generic ass characters. I want to make my own characters, my own background, my own stuff. Like I still look up how to videos, but they're a lot more specific, like how to render this way, or how to make a material like that, or like a lot more specific than how to make, I don't know, a lake. That was a weird example, but you know, a lake or whatever. But to be fair, that's an example that I think I would probably look up because like it's so generic. So like making, yeah, okay, that was a bad example. But I mean like something like Stormtrooper. Like I think that tutorial exists somewhere out there on YouTube. How to make a Stormtrooper in Blender. I'm like, yeah, but I don't wanna. Like it would probably be very good practice in terms of modeling the human figure. However, I just haven't been interested in Star Wars, I'll be real. I think I've watched like two Star Wars movies in my entire life. I can't say I really cared for them. I'm not saying that I wouldn't enjoy Star Wars if I watched it now, but I'm so not bothered. I'm also not a huge fan of like the kind of sci-fi Star Wars is. What kind of sci-fi am I into? More so like I guess dystopian. Oh, well, I'm into more like dystopian sci-fi. So like Silo, if you I'll have you watch Silo. It's a what is it? It's a Netflix original. I think those might be too sharp. Yeah, I think those are too sharp. Ah, I love my love. Okay, right, we're gonna that fixed it somewhat. Okay, good. There we go. I'll be real, I didn't pay much attention to this song. It's kind of playing in the background. I'll be paying a little bit more attention to the music now. My goal to this year is to listen to 365 albums at least, which I mean currently I'm not making great progress on. In the future I'll probably give you my album of the year, because I think that'd be fun, right? I do want to review some music on this channel, because I mean it might be fun. Well, I like music, and I listen to some pretty, well, pretentious stuff, I guess, but hey, what can I say? I just happen to have very good music taste. Uh-oh, I've done something. Okay. Oh, oh. And there's probably a better way of doing what I'm doing, but I don't know what. So I'll just continue doing it the way I know how, which is probably the worst. Oh, come on. There we go. It's probably the worst way, but hey, as I said before, you live, you learn. Ain't that right? Yeah. I don't know if it's just me, but I really haven't been. I really haven't gotten into season 2 of Spy X Family. I was pretty excited for it, but like the second I started watching, I just thought, I don't know, it's that interesting. I just preferred season 1 that includes like cartoon whatever. Yes, I don't know. Maybe it's just me. But I found season 1 way more interesting than season 2. I mean, I haven't even finished watching season 2. I kind of gave up halfway, like, I'm just so bored. I'll finish it at one point, but it's gonna be a bit of a drag finishing it. I think I committed too hard on the year fluff, like it's too realistic. Because of that, I'll have to make all of the other things way more realistic. I do. What the hell happened here? What is that? So, what on earth happened here? What? I don't know how that happened. Oh, wait, I don't have. Hold on it. I'll fix that later. I don't have mirror sculpting on, so I'll do that when I turn that on. Alright, okay. So, next we're gonna do G for grab and grab. Ugh. That one was turning weird. A little bit bigger. Up, 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 up. I think that's the way I did it last time. Alright. Bit. God, I'm not good at this, am I? Oh well. At least we're trying, aren't we? Isn't that right? By the way, this character which I'm currently modeling is more so like, well, seen, but I'm not sure how many people know seen. Like emo kind of thing. So the music I'm listening to doesn't really make sense. So I'm listening to punky art rock. Oh, and there's a lot of acapella. Not as a vibe at all. He's supposed to. What kind of character? I'll think about it. I had a slightly different design in mind. Well, in terms of body, it's exactly the way I want it to, with his big fluffy legs, but his face just looks off compared to how I envisioned him. I'll fix it. Look, the expression looks sad. I don't know why. It either looks sad or angry, and that's the problem with all the models I ever try to do it. They either look sad or angry. Oh, maybe I'll be able to fix that with like rigging. I hope. That I can only hope. Because I don't know how else I'm supposed to fix it. I read a lot of webtoon, or not web. Damn it, no, don't call it that. Webcomics. Webcomics. There's a lot of good webcomics out there. One which I've read like 3 years ago and forgot about, and then while scrolling through webtoon, I think I found it, and it said that I've read like half of it. I'm like, I don't remember this, but then I started reading. I was like, oh, I do remember this. Um, yeah, it's very good. It's a bit rough at the beginning, right? It's really rough. It starts the thing that really gave me whiplash is that the series starts updating like once a week or even more at times. And then suddenly it just starts updating once every month or two. And that's such a sharp turn because I'm like reading after like 60 chapters, it says 1 year anniversary. After another like 50, it says year 2 anniversary. And after like another 12, it says year 3. And then another 12, it says year 4. I'm like, Jesus, okay, well, and the chapters have gone longer. They have gotten way better quality and definitely way better in terms of storytelling because it really used to be just kind of throw things at a wall and see what sticks. So it's a bit more better. It's better in that sense. But honestly, I did kind of find it more charming. Just had a different charm when it was more amateurish. But whatever. Oh, by the way, it's called Super Zero. It's very good. I think it's somewhat popular on Webtoon. Call Webtoon. So Hazbin Hotel released this season. I barely watched it to be honest. I barely did. I don't know why. I was just like, I feel like I'm either gonna. I feel like I'm gonna be disappointed. And it's not gonna be that good. So I really didn't want to watch it, but then I said, you know what? If it's gonna be disappointing, it's better to get it over with now. And honestly, I liked it. I think I give it like an 8 out of 10. It's definitely an 8 out of 10. It's not life changing, but it's good. It's good. Um, you know, it's funny, and honestly, I'm usually not a fan of musicals, but the music was relatively fine. There's some good ones. There's some mediocre songs, but generally I quite enjoyed it. Except for the final song and like the songs in the final episode. I don't know, I just felt like they were somewhat, I don't know, more mediocre. I feel like the songs did get somewhat more mediocre as the series started going, as the series progressed, but maybe that's, you know. It doesn't look too bad, does it? They look better rendered and smooth, which it currently isn't. Terrible because of the lighting and the texture. I loved all the references to Louis Boss and Aspen Hotel. There were a lot. There were a lot of references to Helluva Boss and Aspen Hotel, which I guess makes sense because it's a sister series. But it's funny seeing Blitzo in the back in like a lot of scenes. My sister's laptop broke. That's sad. I guess uh God, I've looked for so long and I found her the best laptop for the money. And my dad said, "Oh, we can just buy it locally." I'm like, "Well, yeah. How do I say this? Where I live, things ain't exactly cheap. Uh, so buying it here, possible if you want to be paying 400 more, or what is pretty much the same thing. So yeah." Also, a lot of like, oh god, the laptop companies love to cheap out on certain things. Like besides cooling, which everyone talks about, there's also the display. So many laptop companies love to just cheap out on the display and it just looks like garbage because it has like 72% sRGB coverage, which is terrible. Like anything under 100% nowadays is the opposite of good. Go. Oops, didn't mean to do that. I will say I've been missing out on a lot of series, like internet series for some reason. I've watched the Hazbin Hotel was when they released, but like things like the Pilot Fort, the Amazing Digital Circus, or what is it called? The series with the cats, the anthropomorphic cats. Those I've been really missing those. I don't know why. I haven't watched any of them. I should really get on top of it, frankly. By the way, I've been making a website. People question why. I don't know. It's just I like doing that stuff like that. I don't know. Like I use it on my website and I have like all my projects on there, all my social media, all my social media, one of my 50. I mean, I guess what else would you call it? Um, but yeah, so I've been doing that. There's some really cheap hosting. Like I used to do free hosting, but oh, it's not a good host, right? The free host I'm using, like there is no ads or anything on the website, and there's no redirects, but you can't have custom 404 pages. They have their own specified ones, which just say like the host. So if someone is looking up your website and they have a somewhat incorrect address, instead of like your website coming up, it just shows their website. So the person is think, oh, this website is down and doesn't exist anymore or whatever, rather than, oh, the website exists. You just delete the slash whatever that's on the end and congratulations, you're on the website. So I'll have to, I mean, I've been looking into like different hosts, and I think a very good host is like Koala Host, because what is it, five, I think it's like 5 USD a year, which is incredible cheap. That their lowest tier is like that. And frankly, the only thing I'm really looking into is the amount of like just the 404 pages and the speed. I'll give you that, the speed, because my old host speed was oh not great, at least to say the least. So if I can pay a little bit of money and get somewhat reasonable speed and custom 404 pages, that would be amazing. Also, the way I make a website is heavily improved. Like, the first website I ever made was using webs.com. If you know what webs.com is, it's like Wix, but they had a free tier. Wix also has a free tier, which was like your that's like what name.webs.com. So I had a website on there. Then I had it on Wix for a long time. Then I got to host it myself through the host. But the way I made it with Adobe Muse, which, if you don't know what Adobe Muse is, oh, yeah, not a good idea to make websites with Adobe Muse. I mean, first of all, it hasn't been updated in, well, 6 years by now. And even when it was new, it was just an easy way to make websites, so that's why I used it. But now, uh, I've learned a different creator. I've learned Bootstrap Studio, which is much more modern and better, but it is way more advanced. But this time I've actually really spent time like making my website as tiny in size and as smooth and as simple as possible. Simple in terms of the code, which I don't know how to code, but like using the visual interface as simple as possible with like as few components as possible. While it does the exact thing I want it to do, just so it loads quick and whatnot. Because my old website didn't always load very quick. I mean, it was fine for most of the time, but like, I don't know, just waiting 5 seconds for things to slowly start popping up is a bit painful at times. Jesus, this album's almost over. I feel like I've just completely zoned it out, to be honest. I just heard nothing of it. I haven't been streaming for very long, have I? Let me check it. 34 minutes, and that's really nothing. I'm not gonna be streaming for very long, though. I'm a bit tired for reasons. Okay. just, oh no. I keep seeing myself on my own monitor and it's really distracting. Okay, now I need some more bumps, just higher up and lighter. Wait, can I do it like this? No, not really. I'll just have to do it manually then. Maybe this is a better way of doing it. No, it's not, because I have to move it up anyway. I'm realizing this is probably one of the most boring things I could ever stream, but every weekday for around an hour, but today's gonna be a little bit less because um I had to help my dad do something because he didn't know how to. So that took like a good 40 minutes. So and today I have to like shower because I didn't do that yesterday because I was not in the best mood that I'm ever really in a good mood. But, you know, somewhat worse than usual. Anyway, that was sad. Let's stop thinking about my current uh great mental state and let's start thinking about our little character over here. I haven't decided for a name for it. I really haven't. I don't know, maybe I'll probably decide it once I'll probably decide if I finish him. Because I just feel like I will not. I mean, to be fair, this is so far probably the best model I've done so far. Like it's honestly it ain't bad. It really ain't. But oh no. I just maybe I feel like I'm learning at a slower pace than I should, which is gonna sound so fucking annoying for me, but like, look, let me be real. I don't struggle with learning in the slightest, so I just don't feel like I'm struggling to learn, but I feel like I'm doing it too slowly. Like it's maybe I'm not. I really enjoy 3D modeling, I really do. But I feel like I'm just learning it at such a slow pace. To be fair, I have heard that like actual like characters are one of the hardest thing to make, especially if you don't have a reference. 'Cause I don't. I'm suck at drawing or anything to do with like 2D art. I do have a drawing. Actually, I have two. I have two tablets with like pens, like actual S pens, Samsung tablets. They're old. You know, they still have like pressure sensitivity and whatnot. God, I suck at drawing or anything like that. I'm a bit better with painting, but oh, it's not much. Doesn't mean much concerning quality of my drawing. Okay, I'm getting really. Okay. Oh, OBS doesn't crash, does it? Okay. Because previously when I was like messing with it and playing around, it just crashed and kept crashing every time I opened it, and I had to like turn off some Windows setting for it to stop crashing. Which is weird because like the last time I was using it, worked just fine, but today it just said nah, not today. So it works now, but that was a bit annoying. That shaved a good 10 minutes off my time. Just trying to fix OBS so that it doesn't crash. Okay. So that was where we've been, where we go from here. Uh, I'm a be real, I barely paid attention to the album. Not bad though, really not bad. It's like an 80. I think I'd give it something more of a 70. Uh, but personally, I don't know. Actually, I think that looks pretty good. Yeah, pretty good. Does it? I don't know, like second guessing myself. Like, does that look good or does that look like hot garbage? And I should just smooth it out, and I forget I wasted this 1 hour of my life. Oh, I don't know. Well, what not? I'll think about it. And for now, let's continue making this better. Because it kind of looks like, I don't know, weird. Maybe that's just me, but it looks weird. Oh, right. Almost forgot. We have to turn on mirror. There we go. I'm trying to like make him seem more like fluffy because currently it just looks really like I'm trying to make a model that's like animated and like characterized or like stylized, but like it just feels too stylized compared to like the overabundance of fluff on the ears. So I have to feel like I have to make this a bit more detailed, but then I'll have to make everything else more detailed. And I feel like that's gonna take ages. But oh well, I want this to make look you know presentable. Hopefully. I don't have high hopes for you. That looks like terrible. Let's use the inflate tool. Not a slower setting. Nope, that doesn't work. Right, let's just go back to G. I should probably re-listen To Be Kind by Swans. Because the first time I listened to it, I don't think I got the full experience. And now, like, whenever a song comes up for now, like, oh, this sounds really good. I think I gave that album a too low score. I gave a score for like 80 something out of 100. I feel like it's better than that. I'll have to really listen to it. Right, I feel like it's getting somewhere, right? This just adds these little oops. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. Solid. And do a bunch of smaller ones to make it look a bit more realistic, and maybe we'll even add fluff onto the fluff. What do you say? Just fluff onto the fluff. Nah, that looks weird. Hey, that kind of looks terrible. Oh, why do I suck so bad? I'm going to see now. It doesn't look good. It really doesn't. I feel like this is enough modeling. I'm getting really tired and I have to take a shower and stuff, so I was drawing for 51 minutes. That's pretty decent. Goodbye.